Hello there, everyone. It is Soldier 17 here. Let me first, like usual. I made the thumbnail, don't the pictures, not pay video. Alright, okay. So, you're probably wondering, why did I make this? I went back in the comments, kind of saw some stuff, and I mean, it was like, someone liked this so much, I was like, they said ASP, as soon as possible, basically, I'm like, okay, crap. Yeah, so I decided just to make part 2 to this series. So let me to explain some things. I'm adding some stuff into the story, which Deku does not know. Like, I already had this planned out. The thing is, Trakina, Scorpius' daughter. In this one, Momo never existed. But, here's the thing, Trakina was born with the same type of quirk. You're probably asking, how is that even possible? Well, how can I say this right? Well, I mean by Momo never existed, I mean like, there was never like, I don't know, how can I say this right? It's like, there was no regular Momo existing on Earth, but she existed on Earth. That's what it was gonna be like. It's hard and complicated to explain. Someone asked for a Momo, but I kind of was gonna make. I already had this planned out for Trakina, basically the daughter, to be more focused on her, because I'm making her the younger version. I make like her in her teens, so I'm making it like she's basically when she's in her human form. She was going to look like Momo anyway, so I kind of already had this planned out for someone who asked for that. Or I'm just joking around with all of you. And just messing with you. Just want you guys to, figure it out. So, let's go through this like usual. Let's start off. This is, what if Deku became a Power Ranger? Part 2. So, we're going to start off with, at UA High School. As Endeavor knocks on the door to Principal Nezu's office. As Nezu says, "Come in, Endeavor." Basically Endeavor says, comes in and says, "Thank you, Nezu, for seeing me." Now, I have a question. He's like, yes, I already sent the computer to Izuku Midoriya. Izuku Midoriya. Do not worry, he does not know of that it's from UA. You basically were right to show me that video. As basically, if you're wondering, let's have a flashback to when Endeavor before having Izuku fight. Basically, they're sparring. Basically, Endeavor put a secret camera. Yes, Endeavor hit a camera of them fighting. And so, he basically, after them fighting, he comes into the office to Nezu. He was like, "Nezu, I'd like to enroll, a boy into the class, or should I say, into the school of UA. But he does not trust schools very much." He was like, why is that? He was like, Izuku Midoriya, aka the one who had those schools shut down and shown what he was capable of. Well, intelligence-wise, I believe he'll be a good hero one day, but seems like he's on the fence. So, how about we have him in a hero classes, but without coming to the classes? Maybe every so often for the sports festival or the USJ, but not doing the internships, just to watch his fellow classmates and give pointers as a, on a test to see which one will be better for which fights and who. As Nezu thinks about it, goes like, let me see the video of you to spar, or that's what I'm assuming. Am I correct? As he nods. So Nezu sees the fight, and he's just be like, he won that many times against you? Oh, he may be able to beat All Might. Interesting. Very interesting. Alright. It's decided he shall be honored into UA without going through the normal recommendation or student tests. We just have to give him an online computer, and his classes will be sent by email. Aizawa will be, well, probably mad, but as long as he doesn't have to worry, just grade the papers, and that's all. As basically Endeavor says, "Thank you, Nezu. I won't, I won't let Izuku know this, but just to basically say this, he's a Todoroki, my sister's son." But he says, "But you don't have a sister, I know, but no one knows this." He's like, I see. Yes, that does make sense. If he, wait, why? What is I? Please explain why do I think this is going where it's gonna go with. I know I'm smart, but I don't have all the details. And then, he tells him what happened at the school, besides, and even about the government coming over to him, and along with his mother, and then him leaving, but not the Magna Defender. So he was like, I see. Well, that explains it. Why he wouldn't want to go by Midoriya no more. Alright. I already decided it, so it shall be done. It shall be done. Good day, Endeavor. He goes, good day, Nezu. And Endeavor leaves. So, because of this, we go to where Nezu is, into the present. Again, them in the present. He's like, so, do you think Midoriya has all his stuff? And do you think he'll figure it out? He goes, not if we have him come to the USJ and see what he's made of. As a practice course. He does. You didn't say what school it's from, right? In the letter, he goes, "Oh, no. You added some stuff into it, but I didn't say what school it's from. You did say it's a rich school, correct?" He goes, "Yes, but I never said which one." He goes, "Yes." Good. So we have someone that's in the hero course that will not be in the classes. And to prove that he's there, we will have to have someone from the school to go visit him. And if it was a pro hero, then... in this one, Izuku is a fan of heroes, but he doesn't know... he's not, knowing everything. Because he has trained a lot. And so, Aizawa is still gonna meet him. So basically, Endeavor says, Aizawa was basically his sensei, and he's also grading his papers. So, he goes, yes, we will have him be trained by Aizawa if needed. But by what we saw, it seems very interesting. So, when will we have Aizawa go visit him to see his, I was like, school does start in the next couple of months. Next couple of weeks. So, why not? It was like, yep, Aizawa shall visit him 2 weeks from now. Right? And he was, yeah, I think that'd be fair. So, Nezu calls up Aizawa and explains the situation. And Aizawa was like, okay, so, you have a kid in my class that's not in my class, but it's online. Because he basically exposed the whole entire school, which multiple schools may add, and they were shut down, and the whole entire reason why we're making a UA college. Am I correct? He's like, yes. Alright. I like this kid already, and I do want to see what he's made of. What's his quirk? I didn't get to mention Nezu knows he's quirkless, so... and they both, and basically Endeavor and Nezu says, he's quirkless. Which, as I was blinking, he was like, what? And which then Nezu shows him the footage of him and Endeavor fighting, in which he's like, what? He's drinking coffee, he's choking on it, he's like, what? How many? That was 25, you lost 32 matches, so that's 5, 1, 2... Wow, you lost 7 times. He goes, yes. And Well, I won 7 times. He lost only 7. He's like, holy crap, that's... Yeah, I can see why you don't want him to become a villain. Anyways, that woke me up. So, when do I go visit this Izuku Todoroki? I can't believe anyone believed that lie. But anyways, what you know says 2 weeks from now, I will inform him by email. He goes, alright, so should I dress up casual, not in my hero costume? Right? Endeavor does not, because he does say, Izuku doesn't know this is a hero school he's in, that I had him come in early, so it's like, gotcha. So basically, meanwhile, back at Izuku's place, Izuku's basically just taking out the Magna Defender's, the Magna Sword basically, and just starts swinging around with it, just fighting off. Any enemies he's visualizing in his head. He doesn't know what's the enemies he's gonna face. So, that's what he does. That's what he visualizes any type of enemy. Even heroes. So, and then basically after one final swing, he was like, that's enough practice for the day. Whew. Yeah. It's already, he's looking at the, well, not a watch, but he's looking at the clock. Because I started at 7 in the morning. It's already, 10. Alright. So, Izuku does what he does, clean himself up, and all that, and just does whatever else. Basically, wait, hold on. Okay, so basically, while this is going on, we go up to outer space with Scorpius. So Scorpius is, looking at the resources of Earth. He's basically thinking, we can use a lot of this. We can then, probably expand our forces even greater. Due to it looks like there are other people besides us here beforehand. So, that means we can probably use any resources from those enemies of the past. And, just while he's in thought, next thing you know, Trakina comes in. And she was like, Father, can I ask you a question? And he's like, my daughter, what is it? He's basically, I know he doesn't sound like this, but I'm doing my own interpretation of him. It's just like, sometimes it was like, I couldn't take how he acted sometimes, and I hated him, but it was like really just too much, kind of. So, good father, bad role model, sort of thing. Thought. So, basically, still gonna be that way. Anyways, she goes, well, I've been thinking how to help you out. I do have as then basically she just makes a little, a dagger in her hand. Basically, from coming out of her own skin. He goes, oh, yes. Your ability. What? Why? He goes, well, I mean, I'm thinking about, he does, Trakina. Like, look, Father, I just want to say, we do need to figure out some stuff, and okay, first off, I actually have, this is a part of the question. This is kind of my own, I forgot to mention this. I make my own story, so I'm adding my own thing. That even means with the Power Ranger Lost Galaxy lore. And with Trakina's backstory. So, she goes, okay, you say I'm a human and a bug, insect. But how am I that way? How? As Scorpius, silent for about 5 minutes, which got her worried. And he then just sighs. He was like, I figure it was about time I told you. Well, this hasn't been the first time I've been here. Which she's kind of shocked. So I'm saying Scorpius was the same way like Trakina, but male. And when he accepted his bug half more than his human half, he became what he was. That weird looking squid alien spider thing. I mean, seriously, he made like a whole entire cocoon for Trakina to have a metamorphosis. So, like, I don't know what he is. I don't know if he's a squid, a spider. Just what is he? Well, octopus or spider or something. Like, yeah. I'm sorry, I didn't see all Lost Galaxy, but I know like the good majority of it. So basically, though, she's like, wait, what do you mean? He's like, well, when I was around, okay, how can I explain this? You know how in space, time moves faster, correct? And she goes, yeah, but what happens? You're like, well, the difference is, it doesn't. It's when you're traveling. Basically, we went to a different galaxy when I was just starting out to be who I was, Scorpius, a pirate, instead of a conqueror of planets. And I came to this planet and disguised myself as a human. You see, when I came to this planet, there was these things, well, other Power Rangers, but only on Earth. I never suspected Power Rangers to exist out in the vast space. And she goes, the Lost Galaxy Power Rangers, right? And he goes, yes. But here's the thing. I found you, Trakina. In, trash. Which she's like, what? He goes, Trakina was like, wait, what do you mean? He's like, look, I don't know why, but you were there. But it looks like there was blood on you were wrapped up in a blanket? Hold on. Let me just call one of my soldiers. As basically, wait, I need to look up the name of these guys. Hold on. Alright, so basically I found out what they're called. He basically called a stingwing, which came, and he was like, go into my chamber, find a box. Basically he says, it will have a label, say Trakina. No, then it runs over to, basically, his room, his chamber before he became this creature, his bug. Alright, so, alien insect, basically, and it found a box, and then it goes, Trakina, open it. So, basically, when she opens it, she finds out, she sees the blanket, and she goes, what is this? Goes, yes, this is everything. I didn't have abilities like these people have, but I swore to myself I would tell you one day if we ever came back. And it looks like this is the same planet. I just didn't realize it at first. Like, it has been a very long time. It's been almost 14 years. So Trakina goes like, so yes, but then how do I goes that's the thing, since you're gonna be my daughter, you had to share my blood. At the time I didn't modify you, if you're thinking that. I simply just injected my blood into your, kind of like my DNA gene slicing. I knew a friend before he died, way back, and she is shocked, and he does saying, I won't reject if you hate me, nor if you want to just find out who you are. But as in Drakina, or stops and just saying, "You found me in trash, right? Then my parents must have thrown away, but you said blood, and this blood does look old. So that means my parents were attacked, or someone was running away while holding me." And she's just trying to figure this out, and he goes, "Drakina, please calm yourself. You can find out. I promise you. You'll just have to use your DNA to find a home, or you can just use your human form and just walk around, see what happens." Which she nods. But she does saying, "I'm still gonna fight with you, Father. You're the only parent I have. I thought, actually, I never suspected I was human." And then she realized, and she goes, "Wait, so that's the reason why you..." He not. Oh my god. Hold on, I just need to see what this is. Yes. It was just something stupid. Anyways, so that's why he nods. So she understands it now, and she says, "Thank you for taking care of me then all these years." So, Drakina basically transforms, and she looks exactly like Momo. And even though Scorpius is an insect alien, he does say, "I forgot how adorable you looked when you were human." And her face goes red out of embarrassment. She goes, "Dad!" And he just laughs. And well, no one was around besides that Stingwing, and the Stingwing just doesn't do nothing. It just, stand there like thinking to itself, "Am I chopped liver?" And in the back of his head, it realizes, I am not even that worthy of a name. I'm just called Stingwing. I mean, we're all called Stingwings, but whatever. Hurt feelings does not matter. So, anyways, moving on to where Trakina leaves. She's given kind of like basically like her father says, "You always will be watched. I'll have someone keep an eye on you if you ever are in danger. I will not allow you to get hurt. Even though you're not related by blood, technically, I still you see as my daughter." And which she doesn't understand. And, well, basically, everyone on that ship knew Trakina was not really the daughter, but still treated her like family. It didn't matter to them, honestly. It was like their boss chose to do this, so they're like, "Hey, we're just gonna, roll with it, but if something happens, something happens." So, yeah. I mean, the only one who objected was basically Furion. Hold up. Yeah, not Furion, it was Furio. Basically, he was the only one, but then he came to light because everyone on that ship, as Scorpius met them, they were already there. Then, Mom, basically Trakina, they basically treated her like family. So they all care for her. This is a lot of the generals did die, from the Power Rangers, but it's they all care. So it's the Power Rangers in this one were killing her family. Yeah, not kind of gonna happen in this one with Izuku, but it's this is also her home, and they won't think her as a traitor because they know basically Chartron, when Trakina, after leaving, he goes, "So, Master, what happens if she chooses to stay? What do we do?" He goes, "Like we always do, Chartron. We fight this world and take it over. We leave this planet alone. so she can live at peace. That's all we can do. He goes, what about the Magna Defender? He goes, we then deal with him and get the Lights of Orion and leave. And go after the Power Rangers. Yes. So, basically, because, Trakina left, she basically is in her human form with, the clothing. And, well, she comes out of battle and she goes, now then, try to find out, who my parents are and gain information to tell my father. So, she goes, wait, my human parents. So, she then starts walking. And, around this time, this is while Zuko was getting, ready, because he was going to go out. Because he doesn't have school until 2 weeks. And he doesn't have school until, a couple weeks. So, he goes out. He's out, he's just walking around. And he just goes, gonna need some more food. Rent isn't due until next month, so I already paid off. It was already paid off due to my 1 million, so I have enough money for food. Yeah, I should go to the grocery store. And let's just say this is just for plot convenience. This is the same store the Yaoyorozus go to. They do go by themselves. They are still well known. And Momo, basically his mother, they basically could not have another kid. It was one child didn't know what happened. They were being attacked. Mother got hurt badly. She couldn't have no more kids. They were wanting to adopt, but it was they weren't ready because they lost their only daughter. They don't know what happened. They've been kind of searching. They didn't give up. They're still searching now, but it's they're not using a lot of their resources money wise. It's just they don't know what happened. So it's Also, if you hear my parents, it's just my dad basically talking to our dog. So yeah. So anyways, like I was saying, so they don't know, and they've been kind of heartbroken for years. But anyway, so while Zuko's going around to just walk to the grocery store, he then bumps into Trakina, aka Momo. Because I'm not gonna lie, this is Momo. I had this planned from the beginning, basically. Kinda. It was I wanted to make her Trakina, make the story of both My Hero Academia and kind of Lost Galaxy 1. So it was I was trying to build a thing, and I wanted Trakina to be the shit, but there was a reason why, because I wanted to make her one of the characters from My Hero Academia, but I didn't know who. So someone asked for Momo, and I was bet. Got it. So, yeah. If you guys are gonna say that's a stupid idea, you try to figure out how to make a freaking alien, insect, humanoid looking person an actual good, okay, she had the worst, she didn't have the worst story, but it was she had a chance to have a redeemable character. She had a chance to become a redeemable character to me, and it was just it was one of the most saddest stories for her, and it's just I wanted to change it so where it's way more she has a chance to be more than what she was in the story. She has a redeemable part where she chooses a side, but something she chooses both for. Not, I'm just saying something, but that's enough of me talking. It's just you guys understand where I'm going with this. What I was saying. I hope you guys understand. This is why I've been kind of taking so long to make a part 2, because I was trying to play it out in my head how it's gonna be, and yeah. So moving on. So basically, Trakina, aka Momo, falls out, and Zuko's oh, sorry, I didn't mean to hurt you. And she was, it's nothing, it's fine. And because she's not acting snob, Trakina was, aggressive, because she's on a different planet. She's not going to, attack it. She needs info. But when she looks at Zuko, it's something's different. She doesn't she basically was looking at everyone and like in disgust. Well, Izuku was different. So, well, I mean, she looked at disgust because that's how she was raised. But then she's like, wait, I'm human too. So yeah, that's why she bumped into him. So basically, after he helps her up, she goes, so, are you okay? And he goes, yeah, fine. It's more like you're the one who fell, so she goes, I'm fine. Um, sorry about that. He was like, it's no problem. Um, what's your? She goes, I don't remember who I am. I just woke up in an alleyway, and I felt like my head was hurting. So, I don't know who I am. In which, okay, I'm gonna pause because my dad's gonna yell. Hold on. Alright. So, basically, Zuko's looking at her, and how he does look up and down, and she's like thinking, is he. No, he can't be looking at me. He was gonna plan something, is he? Or. Of course he is. And then basically he's like, well, you don't look hurt, but. He's looking around, he's like, we're already halfway to the store. You mind coming with me to grab some groceries, and then basically I can give you some ice for your head if it hurts? And she was, sure. But wait, why are you looking? He goes up and down. Well, to see if there's any bruises. I mean, you are just wearing a short sleeve shirt and, well, shorts. So, I mean, the shorts go all the way down to your, well, knees. So, she was, oh, yeah. So basically, they're just walking off to the store. She's chatting with Izuku, and she does saying, so, what about you? Basically, he's like, well, my name is Izuku. Nothing more, nothing less. I don't really have a last name, which says I don't use it anymore. She goes, why? He goes, well, how can I explain this? Wait, you don't remember anything about heroes or villains or hero society or anything? She was like, no, what's a hero? She then asks, which Izuku starts to explain heroes, quirks, and just general everything, which she is shocked by. And then he goes, so what's your quirk? And she goes, well, my quirk allows me to do something like this. As then basically a pole starts coming out of her arm. And it's basically just a staff. It's basically like a little one. And she goes like, I'm, well, able to, I guess, anything that I read. I have all the knowledge of how the components are, and I basically make it. And he goes like, huh. So, your quirk is creation. It allows you to make anything that you know of. But first you have to understand the components and, well, the structure of the actual item. AKA a sword will have to be, well, the metals and the materials, and then he just starts going full on quirk nerd for a minute and snaps out. He goes, sorry about that, just, I used to research a lot of quirks until I start getting into martial arts. She was like, oh, why is that? He was like, I'm quirkless. And she basically does stop, and she goes, what do you mean quirkless? And he goes like, only 8% of the people on this planet have quirks. The other 20% are quirkless. They're treated like crap. Like they're nothing more than just Dekus. aka being useless. You're nothing more than trash to them. And always will be. And everyone forgets that quirkless people were here first. And even stories about the Power Rangers. In which he goes, Power Rangers? It was, yeah. How can I say this? So he starts telling them about the Power Rangers from the very first Power Ranger. Then, what the progression of all the Power Rangers. Basically, all, not the future ones. Those will take place in different timelines. Or different futures. Basically, he only tells them what he knows of until now. And he goes, so the last ones were the Samurai Rangers, and, well, that's all we know of. It's been about 20 to 50 years, maybe, since then. So, and there has not been any new Power Rangers since. that no been forces of evil for them to come out and face. So she's like, I see. And then basically, Trakina slash Momo, because they got to the store, when she enters, she goes like, so since there's no evil for Power Rangers to come out and fight, maybe we can take over this planet. But first we gotta watch out for the man defender. And basically, while Zuko's shopping, she's basically looking amazed at the foods that there. To her, it, to her it looks amazed, and Zuko's just like, you okay? She's like, sorry, it's just I don't think I remember even having any of these things. So, it's like, it's fine. Meanwhile, though, in outer space, Scorpius is, watching from, through basically his ship. And he's just kind of chuckling. He was like, this human. Started to my daughter and explained everything what we needed to know. Well, most of the stuff. We still have to, hack into the the system of the governments here and around the world. And basically, he does go to, he asks for Tretron, because Tretron is in the room. He was like, how long do we have? He goes, the Stingwingers are basically taking care of that, sir, as we speak. The information is being copied and downloaded to our systems remotely. It's like, great. Because they're aliens, they should have, and basically they have alien tech, they should be able to do this. Just roll with it, please. Thank you. So, yeah. So, while though they're in the actual an actual store, all of a sudden a gasp is heard that's behind them. And both Izuku and Trakina, turn around, and for some reason, Trakina's eyes / Momo, eyes start watering. And basically, Mr. Yaoyorozus is like, sweetie, it can't be. It can't be. And, well, she goes, it is. Sweetie, it's our daughter. Which, Trakina, cuts her hands because she feels some water coming down from her face. She basically touches it, she goes, oh, geez. And, because she never cried, so Izuku goes, those are tears. She goes, tears? He goes, it's a normal human emotion. And so, Momo's mom comes over and hugs her, and then basically Mr. Yaoyorozus sees Izuku, and he's like, hey, you, how do you have our daughter? And he was like, sir, I don't know what you're talking about, but how can I say this? She doesn't remember who she is. So, I just bumped into her on the streets. Where she was like, yeah, right. You're probably just like, and then Trakina goes, he's right. I did. I don't remember who I am. And, the only thing I can remember is Trakina, I think. Wait, no. What was the name that I had beforehand? And they're, Paola's parents are kind of shocked because she doesn't remember who she is. And so they were shopping. They had bodyguards. Mr. Yaoyorozus says, you two, Zulk and Shui. I don't know, just some random names. Here's the list of foods we were getting. He goes, right, sir. And then he looks at Izuku. He was like, excuse me for my rudeness. And he bows to him and was like, it's fine. So what's the deal? And basically, Momo's mother goes like, we haven't seen our baby girl in 13 years. It would have been 14 in a couple of weeks. Which goes, huh? Which Trakina is also interested. And he goes, it's a long story. And Zuko was like, I got time, but I gotta buy some groceries. So they just end up helping him out. Basically, he does say, we can go back to my place or to yours. My place is only 5 minutes away. 5 to 10 minutes. Which, they said yours will be perfectly fine. So the limo comes out. Trakina is shocked. Even Scorpius, actually, the whole entire freaking place of generals are even shocked that Trakina had this. Parents are like this, and so they, wow, they get into the limousine and they drive over to Izuku's place. And when they get there, it's a good place. They didn't think, this was gonna happen. And then basically when they get inside, they see it. It's like middle, like basically the furniture is good, but like nothing fancy, just homey, type of furniture. But flat screen TV, and kitchen, well clean and stuff. And they're like shocked. And so Mr. Yaoyorozus goes like, "Well, I didn't." He goes, "Expect this." Yeah, it's only like 2,500 and 250,000 yen a month. You're like, you can afford it? So, yeah, I have a way. I can afford it. It's all legal though. It's like an allowance I get for life. He's like, what? He goes, never mind. So he put away the grocery and stuff, and he just, basically is making tea for them. I mean, he just had some, so he just got tea, so he's just making it. And then he just goes into the kitchen. He's like, "All right, tell me what happened and why your daughter went missing, and just wound up being here today, of all days." And so they explain how their vehicle was attacked by a rival company that was trying to kill them. Mr. Yaoyorozus, who was holding off some men, because in this one, I'm basically making his quirk. Basically, I'm saying how, Momo's quirk was made. So basically, her mother uses her own, fat, basically, to use for energy, like fat gum, but different. She can basically show off a little bit of blast. And actual Momo's father uses his own stamina to create basically weapons. They are more actual meant to kill, if he chose to. So basically combine them together, she's able to then create anything through using her own body fat, like Momo does. So they explained how this happened. The rival company was trying to kill them. He held off the men, and Momo's mother was shot, but she basically was being chased, and it was hard for him to even get to her. So then Momo, with his mother, chimes in and says, and then basically she dug into an alleyway, put their daughter behind some trash, told her not to make a sound, and basically she came out the alleyway and just ran off. They didn't notice her, and then she went to a different alleyway and she was surrounded. Her husband came in and took care of them. Since it was self-defense, her husband wasn't charged or our men, because we were in the right to defend ourselves. That when we tried to get our daughter, she was gone. And, well, I was injured badly, but I lost the ability to bear another child. And which Izuku gets it. He says that's enough. I understand. So then they look over at Momo. Do you remember anything at all? What happened? She goes, no. I don't know where I've been for these past 13 years. And the only thing I can remember is they did something to me, but I don't know what. And, well, he was like what? And then basically all of a sudden, Trakina she basically had green electricity coming off her because she was using a staff, I remembered from the TV show. So she just has green electricity coming from her fingers. And her parents are in shock. And they don't know how this happened. She just said they were experimenting with me, with my DNA. They said everything's a blur. So yeah. So basically, her parents are crying. Her mom's hugging her, and the whole time, Scorpius, Tretricon, wait, yeah, Tretrion, are, well, happy that, this is happening. And, well, in the end, after they thank him, for for them staying and such, they would like to keep in touch with him since, he basically found helped found Momo without even trying. So she learned her name was Momo Yaoyorozus, her birth name, and they will talk more when they get home. So Izuku, after saying goodbye to them when they leave, he goes over to his room. Well, I mean, not his room. He goes over to the living room, and he just thinks, Momo Yaoyorozus. I'm gonna try to figure out what happened to her and help her. But right now, I gotta worry about Scorpius and his fleet. They could attack any minute. Then, when he turns on the TV, all of a sudden they get a flash of, he sees on the news all this basically these creatures. Basically, the newscast saying, we don't know what these creatures are, but they're attacking the government officials. The government's office. We don't know why. But all heroes are trying to take care of them, but they can't. Who are these villains? And what are they here for? And Izuku, let's just say, he gets into action. He runs to the door with his jacket, after grabbing his jacket, opens it and locks the house. After turning off the TV and everything, he basically then starts running. He basically gets into an alleyway, and then all of a sudden the morphers appear. I never did say he had them on, but I'm just saying they can appear too. All of a sudden, he basically, the sword appears, and then, not the sword, actually, yeah, the sword will appear, as in he just does this, Magna Power! Boom, turns into Magna Defender, sword catches in hand, sheaths it, jumps on top of the building, and he can see the fire for where he is. It's a big one. Because there's a lot of vehicles being exploded and all. And this happened while they were talking. The only reason why he did not hear it is because he was too far away. So he just starts dashing across the buildings, running really fast. Even on the TV, basically, in the vehicle, the Yaoyorozus, they're seeing it. Basically, for Izuku, it'll take him about 15 minutes to get there. But because he keeps on jumping farther and farther, and it's amazing to him. He was like, what is this power? It feels different from what I had before. I don't know what it is, but I'll have to figure it out. Maybe I can go to the quirk doctor. Maybe I unlock the quirk? No, it's impossible. I'm quirkless. What is it? And so, this is what his thoughts while he's jumping to there. So what Momo was, Trakina / Momo was seeing, she was like, the government of government hall? Wait, they would have information all saved on Japan and what was here. For who knows how long. That's smart thinking, father. She's not grinning, but it's inside she is. But she can see her mother and father are kind of worried. And she goes, wait, why is this? Why do you think it's so worried? Oh, yeah. We're the ones who are invading. Okay, sorry if I'm speaking low. I'm trying to do basically trying to make it Momo sort of voice. But I don't know. I just want to act it. I don't care. I'm bored. Bored with just doing my normal voice. I want to have fun with this. So yeah, rate me. Fuck everything. just roll with it and just have fun, I say. So yeah, it's probably low. You guys can't hear my voice, so I'm still gonna upload this video if you guys can't. When it goes to Momo's parts, basically she's just saying she can't. She doesn't know what to think. Smart for her father doing this. Her human parents looking at this, and she doesn't know how to feel. So yeah. So we just go to Izuku arriving, where the newscaster is like, wait, who is this? And basically this thing, when you're looking at him, and then, basically, Furio look, he was there. He was like, huh, Magno, what? As then he was like, huh, so, it's been a long time, Furio. Where's your brother, Furion? Oh yeah, the Rangers killed him. So, want to meet the same fate. As he gets into a battle stance, as Scorpius and Tretrion are seeing this, they're saying, "Demand the defender!" Wait, why does he look so different? And Scorpius says, basically, then Scorpius just then afterwards like, wait, did he find a new host? Or change his look? Because they know he basically had a vessel. He just said host because it was kind of like he was basically doing something like what Venom, pretending Scorpius thinking he did something like what Venom did, but he didn't know he was just, he was always in the driver's seat and take control. So yeah. So, basically, Furio is like, it doesn't matter, man, defender. You're gonna lose here and die. Like you should have died 3,000 years ago. Sting Ringers, attack! As, basically, they just start rushing over to him. And, well, in an instant, Izuku just runs towards them and starts fighting them off. Each Stingray, anytime he kicks them, they get sent flying, and actually, just get destroyed after in the air for 3 minutes. And they're like, "What the?" And then all of a sudden he takes on his magnet saber and just starts slashing at them, and they're being destroyed and blown up real quickly. It's like the fight it's just one sided, which everyone's shocked. The heroes, villains who are watching this, Scorpius, Tretrion, and, well, even Trakina / Momo, she's like, what the? How is that possible? And so, after basically Izuku looking over towards Furio, he's like, come at me. I'm not afraid of you. And he was like, basically Furio's like, die, man, the defender! They just rushed it over. And basically Zuko just does the exact same thing too. And then he goes, Magna Slash! And then he just jumps up in the air, spins, and instead of a normal Magna Slash, it's way more powerful. Like the energy from it when he slashes is black, red, and with yellow basically, which cuts Furio in half. And it's just, how did he take out someone so quickly, one of the generals, which was having so much of an easier time taking over the planet in one section of, Japan. Because it was like, the heroes were losing badly. So badly, in fact, then the normal villains that, they were fighting, they saw the heroes losing, they were kind of happy, but they saw billions of innocent people getting hurt. It was like, they're villains. They're like grunts. These were like the ones who basically became villains to survive. So they tried to help people. Or shot some heroes, even some civilians. And they even tried to get into a fight, which they got badly hurt, get up, and still try to fight. Basically now villains are coming up. It's like, we're not done. Wait, what? You killed it. And Zuko puts his magnet saber back in his sheath. He was like, good job, villains. It seems I was wrong. All villains aren't true villains. I had to make a note of that. Which then basically all Endeavor rushed to the scenes, and he was like, halt! He goes, Magna Defender. That's my name. Which then all of a sudden Aizawa, Mike, and Miracle appear. After he said that, he was like, which Aizawa was like, Magna Defender? Sounds like just some rip-off version of a Power Ranger. And he goes, there are Power Rangers still out there in other galaxies. But right now, I am For right now, they're not here. It looks like there are no Power Rangers. So I guess you could consider me a Power Ranger. Which he's just walking and pretend the Man of the Defender song's playing. You know, for some reason, like no one can hear it but him. And he's like, "Why is that theme song there?" Basically, it's like, how can I say this? I'm gonna do a horrible job of trying to remember it. So it's like I'm just gonna try to like get what the sounds like. It's like da 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 da, like something like that. Look it up, Magna Defender theme song. You know, like Power Rangers Lost Galaxy Magna Defender theme song. So yeah, as basically and like Aizawa tries to capture Zuko, and he just catches a scarf and he goes like, "Nice try, hero, but I have a mission, and these creatures are just a part of it." As then he lets go. And before like Miracle and Mike can even do something, Izuku just jumps up, up on top of like a building that's high enough that where, well, Mike can't use his quirk, even Miracle can't jump onto, and well, basically for some reason Endeavor feels like he knows him, and then he's just looking off into the distance, and then just starts walking away off on top of the building. And then, well, he just runs off. They try to track him down. Even the helicopters try. And they're saying, "We don't know who he is, but it seems like he's moving faster than what we can go, keep up with." And then they just see him just like go into a blur motion and just disappear from sight. Which Scorpius, Trakina, even Trakina is shocked by this. And so Izuku lands in the alleyway he went into, and then detransforms. And he goes, "Huh. So that's one of his men down. I wonder how more he has left. Power Rangers did take out quite a few. What happened to revive the old ones? This could be troubling. I have to try to figure this out." Yeah. So, back to where Momo's parents, basically they get back home. Trakina's like shot by the Man of the Defender. He got way more powerful. We're in trouble now. How would he couldn't have survived. He was weakened. He should be dead, but he's not. What happened? I'll have to figure about this later. And, well, Momo's mom says, "Momo, are you okay?" He's like, "Yeah, Mom. I'm just, overwhelmed with everything." He was like, "Alright, well, here, come on." So basically, they lead her to the living room as, Momo's father, went over to, they went over to get a scrapbook, basically. They had one to show, they had, like, some photos, because she was, like, only, like, 1 month old. I mean, not 1 month, like, a couple months old. So, basically, they get the scrapbook, they're showing her, and the pictures, and, well, she knows that's her, for some reason. And because I want to say there was a birthmark, which was like a little spot on her, like, her left side of her face, like, near, like, where her chin is, near her chin area. Basically, it's like, right near, like, it's right where the cheek is, basically. Her left side of the cheek, there was like a little mark. A little, like, birthmark, which she has. She goes, "Huh." So, then they're just telling her, like, everything that what they've been doing, how to find her, and she goes, "Wait, wouldn't that be costing a lot of money?" And then, basically, they tell her about the family business, which she's shocked by, and, well, she can't believe it. And they say, "Well, we want to see how smart you are, so we're going to try to catch you up in school. Do you want to become a hero, or..." And she thinks if she becomes a hero, it would be a lot more easier for her than to gain information on the hero society and villains. So she was like, "Yes, I know I shouldn't, but I want to find the people who did this to me. to make sure no one ever does it again to anyone else. So they understand. So basically, that's what's happening. It was not nighttime, it was like afternoonish, so they start her studying right away. Well, light studying, which they find out she's able to pass a few couple of grades easily. Which is like from first, like kindergarten to first, all the way up to middle school, she passed. Like, it was done in a matter of like hours with her shot. She has a vast, she basically has a lot of intellect. Because, well, her father was a warlord, and he took over planets, even destroying them. So, yeah. Anyway, so after basically that, they're surprised but happy. So, well, they said they'll contact Nezu and get in touch with him. So, yeah. So, well, meanwhile, in two different areas of the world, someone in an old-style samurai home. It's like, where these things are. They're not the enemies I faced so long ago. It's time to get the children of the samurais. You know, the samurai rangers' children. Start training them in the ways what they need to become a samurai ranger. So, he starts making calls, and the only one who does not have a kid is one of the rangers. So yeah. So basically, we're going to the Bakugo residence, though, real quick, as Mitsuki gets a call. And, well, Mitsuki goes like, hello? Oh, Grandpa, it's you. Yeah, he's here. Wait, what? You want him to become... No, after what... Wait, you know? And you... Do you say this will be an arc for redeeming himself? No. I don't think there's any way for him to redeem. He's no more than a yes, Grandpa. I know, but that's how my mom... I know. Fine. She goes, Bakugo, come down here, basically. As Bakugo comes down, and he goes like, yes, Mom. Which, he has not talked to her, and he goes like, which just shocked her. His attitude, his, ego, everything just disappeared. As soon as he could not become hero. So, she goes, your grandfather's on the phone. Well, your great-grandfather's on the phone. Basically, if you're wondering who it is, the leader of the Samurai Rangers, Jaden. Let's just say he had a kid early, and after the whole entire fight, he had with the whole entire Power Samurai Wars, he had a kid like a year later, and then the kid grew up basically it was only it has not been that long, but basically the kid got married, his child got married when she was they say 25. Had Mitsuki. So basically, he's only in his mid 50s or 60s. So yeah. So well, this was before Quarks came out. When he was samurai. When Quarks came out, he was the old generation, then the new generation. So that's how Mitsuki has a quirk. So anyways, and he answered, he was like, yes, hello, grandfather. He's like, Bakugo, come to my home. You know where it is. We have not moved. He's like, yes, I remember. I'll be out there in 2 days. Alright? Alright. I know what you did. Consider this a redemption for you. He's like, yeah, I got you. So he hangs up and he goes upstairs. He does what does he want? Why does he mean my redemption? So after that, he leaves. He leaves to go off to Dreamland. So basically, after that stuff, we go over to. Wait, hold on. Alright, so basically, we go to Angel Grove, where it all started for a Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. As in, basically, in this one, you guys are wondering, wait, what? Why we're going there? basically, I'm having this one where Zordon actually somehow revived himself. Yes, he died, revived, stayed alive after, the death in one of the Power Ranger series. Like when the Power Rangers go to space, I think he died off. But I'm just saying somehow in some way he went back to the old hideout, like it was rebuilt by the old Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. So basically, Zordon came back. He was like, Alpha, you see this? There's a new Power Ranger has appeared. And he's like, yes, Zordon. What does this mean? And what are these creatures that appeared? They're not from... what was her name again? But Zordon, it was like, it's been so long since we've seen her. It's been a while since I said her name. I mean, she was defeated and Zed was defeated too. So, I also forgot her name. I should have looked her up before making this video, but it didn't come across my mind. As in, basically Zordon says, Rita Repulsa. It took a while to remember the name, but anyways, he's gonna need help if, whoever these are, creatures that masters, it's masters. And their masters basically will finds anything from Rita and Zed's time, then this new ranger will be seriously in danger. I think we'll have to call him. He's like, yes, Zordon. How will we? He's like, well, we don't have the Green Ranger or the White Ranger, the white, Tiger the White Tiger Ranger, basically. It's where Tommy became, because the Green Ranger, then became the White Tiger Zord Ranger, I believe, or Lion Zord? No, Tiger Zord. Or Saber-Tooth Tiger Zord. I think it was the White Tiger Zord. Hold up. Okay, so yeah, Tommy became the White Ranger, and then it was the Tiger Zord. So basically, I was gonna call him it's just, so the White Ranger, Tiger Zord, basically. Yeah, so basically it says about the Tiger Zord. It's been a long time since anyone has used them. The Green Ranger, Dragon Zord, and the Tiger Zord. So, basically, Alpha was like, wait, you mean, oh no, basically. It's like, that'll be too much power for him. No Ranger has ever had multiple powers at once. And yes, I know from the comics, Tommy can transform into the previous Power Rangers he had. But it is like, Izuku kind of is going to be holding a lot more power than just one power of a, actual Power Ranger. If you're wondering why, because why do you think I combined the Power Ranger universe along with My Hero Academia universe? We're gonna make this a full-on freaking pass. Some past Power Rangers will come back, including their Megazords. So yes. With my own little spin on the power, because he has the Mad Defender and the Lights of Orion. Not the whole entire Power Rangers' abilities are gonna be exactly the same. So he was like, I know, Alpha, but the forces of evil are back, and we don't know how long they're gonna stay. And we don't even know the new, any more Power Rangers will appear. So we must help him out. And so, Alpha was like, alright, Zordon, you're right. So, shall we get the morphers ready? He's like, yes, but something must be different with him. We'll have to figure this out. He goes, alright, so basically, now we go back to Izuku. And he just, ride back home. Like I said, and he's just like, alright, let's see. What should I do today? It's almost dinner now. So, I guess I'll eat. So, we're gonna skip to the next couple of weeks. Basically, this is kind of there has been more attacks from Stingers, and Zuko has been taken down very efficiently. We are going then to the day where all the Power Rangers children, grandchildren have arrived. Great-grandchildren, basically. And so, the thing is, I'm gonna say this: Endeavor's there, along with All Might. Bakugo's there, along with Mitsuki, and a few others. Basically, since we have, basically, it's Todoroki's there too, if you don't know. And so basically, Bakugo's like, what the? As in, the gates open to to the house of the Red Ranger and leader of the Samurai Rangers. It's welcome, Samurai Rangers. Which they welcome new Samurai Rangers. In which Bakugo is shocked, and along with everyone else. And, well, Nezu appears. He's like, hello there. I am Nezu. And this is going to be a long explanation. So, come on in. And Nezu notices Bakugo. And he looks at, Jaden. He does give a nod and it's quite alright. And he can tell Bakugo's not, broken. Because he looked back into history. He saw a picture of Bakugo. He looked cocky. And now he just looks broken. So, Jaden, basically brings him over to the living room area, and, well, All Might and basically Endeavor were called to come here too. And along with the other ones, well, you could say, since there's already 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, that basically 6. And they're like, why are we here, like the parents? Even All Might even asked. And he's like, well, you all don't remember this, but there was a time where evil relapsed, and no one knew about it, because it was a time after me and my team. We couldn't become Power Rangers no more, because we were out of practice for a long time. But we trained our grandchildren, children to become it. The new set of Power Rangers. But it wasn't that... it was hard for them at first. But since none of you had the training, it's going to be even harder. Which All Might and Toshinori, along with these other parents, don't understand. Basically, he goes, well then, allow me to. And then he grabs a brush and just starts making a symbol of, remember, and just swings to the side and pushes it forward and hits all the parents. Basically, it's All Might, Toshinori, a mother, and a father, and a father. Then basically they remember, they were like, wait, we remember now! Which Bakugo, Grandma, Grandma's there. And she's like, which even Mitsuki's confused. And so, basically All Might says, I can't believe it. I was a Power Ranger, which Todoroki's like, huh? Even Endeavor was like, I remember. That was the good old days. I ain't Toshinori. It's like, yes, Endeavor. Which everyone's confused. Which then, he was like, she was like, Grandma? He's like, oh, sweetie, let's explain. With the parents. So they explained which Power Ranger they were. Endeavor was somehow the blue Power Ranger. I'm just kidding. It was basically Ida's father was the blue Power Ranger. Bakugo's mom was, I remember, the yellow one. I mean, not Bakugo's mom, Bakugo's grandma. And basically All Might was the green. Okay, so that's 3. Basically, anyways, thing was though, Jaden's kid was Bakugo's grandma. So no, she would have been red. Basically, then Endeavor. Ida's father was blue. Sue's. Yeah, I'm changing it up. Sue's father was green. So, and basically Endeavor was I have to look at the Samurai Rangers real quick. Hold on. Okay, yeah, so Jaden's kid, which is Bakugo's grandmother, is red. Ida's father is blue. And, well, Sue's father is green. Green. I don't want to say then. Basically, All Might was the Sixth Ranger. Because of Nana. Araka's... yeah, mom was the Pink Ranger. Along with Kaminari's mom was the Yellow Ranger. Yeah, let's just have it that. It makes it a lot more easier. If you guys can have like any changes, I will retcon and change, and you'll be like, hey, that's not good. You know, I can fix it up. Todoroki. I know I said like endeavors are. Now scratch Ida being there. It's endeavors there because Todoroki was. I mean, basically, Todoroki was the Blue Ranger, but then she was injured in a fight. So then, and basically Endeavor knew about the Power Rangers because they were friends in the past. So it wasn't really like a forced marriage in this one. It was basically they got married on purpose and all that, and he became the Blue Power Ranger. Yeah, that works. That works perfectly. Okay, so yeah, so Scratchida's father, being there, and yeah, in which he had to learn about the whole entire symbols, writing, and stuff. Yeah, that works out. Yeah, that works out pretty well, actually. The only reason why Bakugo's grandma is probably in her 40s, maybe 30, 40s or 50s, because of having Mitsuki one time drunk, but they didn't care, so yeah. So anyways, it was after the whole entire fight thing. So anyways, so basically Jaden explains why they had to, and they understood, and well, basically Todoroki is like, wait, so you were a fucking Power Ranger? And even Bakugo looks at his grandma and be like, you were the leader of the Power Rangers? He goes, yes. She says, yes. And Endeavor goes, of course. I was a Power Ranger after your mom got injured. Jane does say it, to be frankly, it was kind of funny how he joined. It was like, he joined because, well, we need a replacement. He's like, hey, don't say anything about my wife. He's like, I'm just saying, she was trained, you weren't. Anyways, so, and plus, you learned it pretty quickly. And they're like, so basically Baku was like, wait, but aren't the Power Rangers supposed to be quirkless? So, doesn't that mean that they use their quirks? And Jane goes like, no, actually, all the Power Rangers use the morphin field. How can I say this? The Power Rangers have this energy thing called morphin grid, or morphin. It's like the Speed Force, but it's like the morphing force. Actually, I'm gonna look that up. I know I read on it. I just can't remember it. Sorry. The morphing grid. Okay, so yeah, it was a morphing grid. I just read on it. And basically, Jane says it basically does not allow quirk usage. So technically, when you become the Power Rangers, when you put on the entire uniform, the Power Ranger, the suit, you become quirkless. As Alma goes, Endeavor says, it wasn't actually that bad. Wait, the Magna Defender. Does that mean? He goes, yes, he's a Power Ranger. I don't know who he is, but whoever he is, he's finding these new creatures that came. They came after he came along, correct? Endeavor? He goes, yes. Do you think they were here and he crashed? I was like, I'll have to find who he is and ask him myself. But anyways, I want you all to start training them in the brush techniques. All right. And then basically, since Since when he looks at All Might, he's like, since you don't have your successor, he's like, oh, yes, I actually do. He's like, huh? He goes, well, I found a quirkless kid. Well, actually, I found two. My niece and this boy, his name is Midoriya, which Abako shot, but he then basically in there was like, I don't think that's a good idea. Kids are tough enough without, without a morpher. And also, I get a weird feeling he was hiding something from me. He's like, really? He goes, yeah. So have your niece be the next ranger. He's like, right. He goes, well, I'll just ask Melissa then. She'll probably be ecstatic since she was a fan of the Samurai Rangers. Which, well, in this one, Melissa is getting one for all. So, yeah. So basically, he goes, alright, get her. Get her and, well, start training her. I'll go look on any information on this. Who was he called? Again, Magna Defender. I'll look in the history about him. And so we go to Zuku, basically, then get a visit from somebody as he gets his doorbell ring. And when he opens the door, he sees this long-haired, tired man dressed in casual clothing. He goes like, hello there. My name is Shoto Aizawa. And it's a pleasure to meet you, Izuku Todoroki. I'm your teacher. Well, I came here to examine you, see how well you are in our school. It's just several tests and a physical portion. Is that alright? It's like, yeah, that's fine. So, he basically asks Izuku to answer these questions. He answers them completely correct. Like one or two answers, like one or two answers are wrong. And he was like, and 89, 99, and 98. Impressive. Only two wrong. Alright. Now then, do you have anywhere we can fight? Zuko goes, yeah, actually. I don't really use the dining room. I kind of made this like my own little training area. So, it's like, oh. So basically they go and they see the dining room really is a training area now. It's like, I see. Impressive. Equipment. Alright. So, Aizawa starts rolling up some sleeves and, well, rolls up his leg, his pants legs, and then he gives him a fine stance. He's like, after he takes off his sneakers, he's like, show me what you're made of, kid. And he goes, right. So, Izuku rushes at Aizawa, and Aizawa rushes at him, and they get into fighting, basically, close quarter combat fight. Basically, Aizawa's like having a hard time keeping up with Izuku, and Izuku's holding him back. And, well, Aizawa's basically impressed. It's like, you see why he doesn't they don't tell him about this. About who he, what school he's in. And then he goes for a high kick when I was distracted, trying to hit him in the head as he ducks, tries to sweep Izuku's leg, and Izuku somehow then catches himself, basically making him do a cartwheel one-handed, and land on his feet, then throws a right hook as always he blocks it. And this goes on for quite 10 minutes, until Izuku then grabs, and Aizawa's arm, throws him over his shoulder so fast he didn't have time to react. But this brings a memory of how All Might was thrown. And he was like, no, this kid can't be. And basically Aizawa then pins Aizawa by throwing a fist at him, stopping in front of his face. He was like, I win, teach. How was that? Aizawa gets up and he goes, not bad, kid. Not bad. Not the win right on me, that shoulder throw. Nice job. Goes, thanks. Want some water? He's like, sure. So, basically, after getting to know Izuku a little bit more, after drinking some water, he says, alright, your test results will be back in, 2 days. Alright? wait then. He goes, sure. So, after that, Aizawa leaves. He calls up Nezu. He was like, Nezu, we need to talk. I have my suspicions, but I want to see something. Alright. And which Nezu goes, yes, let's discuss and then we'll see. Alright then. So, he leaves. And, well, Izuku's like, why did we, back with Izuku, he's like, I wonder why we needed to fight. No reason, but hopefully hopefully he wasn't too distressed and he's hurt badly. Just trying to hold back. And then all of a sudden, Izuku gets teleported! And he's like, wait, what's going on? And he's going all the way over to Angel Grove, basically, area, past it, and basically into the, hold on. Alright, so basically, and then he basically gets to the the complex, basically HQ. And basically when he lands, he goes, greeting, young ranger. I am Zordon, guardian of Earth, and this is Alpha, my friend and assistant. He was like, hello there, I am Alpha. And Izuku's like, what the fuck? And, well, is this a good time for a cliffhanger? No, it's not. I tricked you guys. Okay, so, basically, Zordon says, young Izuku Midoriya. He's like, don't use that name, please. But, never mind, I don't even know you, and yet how do you know that? He was like, we've found some information on you. I think he's like, creepy. He was like, basically, Alpha guy's like, to be fair, we basically found, saw you on our, well, as in basically he looks and he sees multiple freaking screens, because the Rangers, the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers be like, why not we just give him multiple screens to keep an eye on Earth? And Zordon with his power, I'm giving him this one, he basically can do this. So basically it's like, how do you use, like, I use the morphing grid for my power. It helps. So, the morphing what? I think he explains on the morphing grid. It's like, oh, so I became the main defender as a Power Ranger. Gotcha. Okay, so, what is it? So basically, they explained how they want to give him the Green Ranger Morpher and the White Ranger Morpher. Basically, Tiger Zord, Dragon Zord. And he's like, wait, what the? Why? And then basically, all of a sudden, they see a screen 2 pop up, and they see the Green Rangers, Dragon Zord, and the White Rangers, Tiger Zord. They look like they're out of commission, like they're in slumber. As in Zordon says, these Zords are inactive. They're in sleep. If no one holds their power at all, soon they'll die and become no more. Where she's like, wait, what? And that is why Izuku Midoriya, after we found, some information on you, I decided to make you the next Green and White Ranger. Please, take the Morphers and protect the Earth from wherever these creatures are. And he's like, but why? Well, these enemies you face, they may use the resources from our old enemies, Rita and Lord Zed. The Rangers defeated them, but their power still remains, in secret and in waiting. You never know when they'll appear again. It's that bad, huh? He goes, yes. So, please. As then the Morphers appear right in front of Izuku, as, the little disc, and the Morpher. So Izuku takes both of the discs, and he's about to put them both into the Morphers. Then all of a sudden, they glow. It's because the lights are Orion, as in, basically, the little discs for the Morpher, power, all of a sudden, both white and green electricity starts going across Izuku's left arm, all the way to his back, which Alpha and Zordon was like, what's happening? So, I don't know! As then, all of a sudden, he feels these burning sensation on his back, as he screams out of pain, as he takes off his shirt, as then basically, Alpha goes like, let me see how's that possible? And Zordon goes like, Alpha, what's wrong? And then basically he asks Izuku to turn around, and what Zordon sees is both the image of the Green Ranger's Dragon Zord and the White Ranger's Tiger Zord appear on Izuku's back. And he's like, how is this possible? And Alpha's like, I don't know, I just feel like putting that in there. So he's like, what's wrong? As basically Izuku sees, basically an image of what it is. Because Alpha took a picture and, Zordon showed him it. And he's like, what the, how did they, try summon the power? He's like, how? Say the names, in each one individually. He was like, alright, how do I say it's morphin time? He's like, huh? Just say it. Alright, it's morphin time! Green Dragon Zord! I mean, I don't know. I just think, Izuku's like, nothing happened. It's like, hold on. Alright, seriously, Zordon says, did you say Dragon Zord? It's like, wait, I didn't have to say Green Dragon Zord? Like, no. It's like, As then he goes, wait, since it became a part of my body, maybe... As then he says, Dragon Zord! As all of a sudden, he literally transformed into the Green Ranger. But it's different. It's like, all his transformations will look like the original power, but it will, have a little bit of the Magna Defender look to it. So instead of, having the cape and the crystal in the middle, it does, the whole, the look to it, the green is a little bit more, it's a little more darker than usual. Darker green color, along with for some reason, he still has the saber. The Magna Saber part of him. It's like, what the? Is this how the Green Ranger is supposed to look? Which Zordon goes like, no. He's like, you look like the Magna Defender. A little. I wonder. And then he did transform, and he was like, Tiger Zord! Now, the Tiger, he looks like the Tiger, the White Ranger, but mixed with Magna Defender. Imagine the way the armor is, the costume is, the armor. That armor part is there on both of them. And, and basically, they don't understand. He still gets the white, tiger saber. And then, but then he goes Dragon Dagger! Basically, as, the Green Ranger's dagger appear. And, well, all of a sudden, he can start feeling the actual both Zords awakening. And so he's like, Zordon. He goes, I know. He goes, I know, young Ranger. They awakened. It looks like you can handle both of the powers at once, along with your original your original Power Ranger power as the Magna Defender. Now, we're sending you back to Japan, but just know this: forces will become more. Well, your enemies become more stronger now. They'll search for new allies, new ways to defeat you. Basically, Izuku nods and he goes like, and hopefully I hope you'll win. We'll be in contact with you again. Goodbye, young Ranger. As Izuku, de-transforms, he goes, thanks, Zordon, Alpha. See you around. As basically, Alpha presses the button, sends him off. And Alpha's like, I never expected that, Zordon. He was like, I did not either, Alpha. Meanwhile, basically, Scorpius says, Tetrion, Tetrion, have you found any new resources we can use? He was like, yes, Scorpius, I found remainders of a Zord, Zord parts scattered along, well, a place called Angel Grove. And we even found a castle in our scans on the moon. I basically sent some stingers along with some of our men there, and with some of our generals there. And basically they're just getting called like, "Sir, we found the Megazord." And, well, the robot basically. Zed's robot basically. And he's like, "Alright, we're gonna use these parts to basically increase our forces' strength." Oh, Scorpius says. And then with the generals, basically they found Zed and Repulsa's. I'm not saying bodies, or remains, but how basically information on how basically they turn their monsters and how they create them. Which basically Scorpius says, the man defender will have no way of defeating us. And, well, we're gonna go to Momo, aka Trakina. As then all of a sudden, basically a stingray comes out of nowhere with a cell phone. And she goes, "What the? Why you?" And then basically gives it to her because it's on the balcony. She's, "Thank you." And then basically just flies off. So then he gets a phone call, and it's Tetrion. He's like, "Tetrion, why you?" He's like, "Your father wanted me to call you, and we did not know if you had a cell phone yet or not." He's like, "I do. I'll give you the number." Wait, how do you have a? I basically somehow in some way was able to transform myself into a human. I took a page from your book, aka how you do it. It's like, so you thought it was useless for me to do that. It's like, anyways, I was able to acquire the cell phones pretty easily. Stole them. Even get rid of the trackers on them, so anyone could have tracked it. So, basically, here's what we found. As then he tells about Zed's, Megazord and everything, along with the moon, Repulsa, Repulsa and Zed's basically information. Not Rias. Ria, no, I cannot say her name now. Rao. Yeah, it's Ria Repulsa. So Ria's, Ria Repulsa's information on how they created monsters and such. And now she is like, this will be wonderful. We have more forces. We can stop using stingers as our main source of power, and use our generals. We can send out these monsters, Kailan, to defeat our enemies. This will be quite more interesting than anything else. Thank you for informing me. And basically asks about you. It's like, well, found my name is Momo Yaoyorozus. My parents are rich. And, well, I'll tell you more when I come tomorrow. I need to tell father. And he goes, "Alright. And just to let you know, Trakina, your father's not against you to be living on the planets or staying behind." And she goes, "What?" He goes, "He just wants you to be safe. Alright?" She goes, "I know. Thank you, Tetrion. Good night." And she hangs up, and she goes, "Man, the defender, who are you?" So, she just says, "I need to find out who you are and tell my father. I'm not gonna let you ruin our plans. We'll find the lights of Orion, and make sure we go back to Butcher Bay and get those sabers, the Power Rangers." And this is where I'm gonna end it off, everyone. I hope you guys have a nice night, day, wherever you are. Be safe, everyone. Bye.